Hello there, I'm Michele Bee, and I want to help you to vibe higher to attract love, abundance, and meaning in life through my intuitive downloads, tarot reading, and astrology. Now, it is definitely deep in Scorpio season. I created a little bit of an outline. I'm going to be doing things a little bit differently than I have for a little while. I'm going to tell you about it in a little bit, but I do want to go into what's going on with us being deep in Scorpio season. Probably already you've been clearing out a lot of stuff that you're like, I absolutely do not want. Scorpio is like, I want that, I don't want that, right? It's good or bad. Sometimes Scorpio is like that. Perhaps you're a little bit more open-minded and you're saying, okay, well, it's just not working. It's not that it's bad, it's just not working for me anymore. And you cleared out a lot of stuff from that. For myself, coincidentally, I decided to go ahead and do a long vacation away from home so that I could get completely out of my element. You haven't seen me show up here for a couple weeks other than some shorts that I uploaded to YouTube. And I was like, I just want a complete break from my norm so I can decide what's working and what I want to bring in the future. And so right now, since it's a few days after the new moon, you might be going, okay, these are the things that I want to start really working on. You've been making some serious decisions about how you're going to be going forward, what you want to be doing next. Now, if you haven't thing that you want to do going forward, if you haven't like firmly decided on something, if your energy's like restless, excited about doing something and you just don't know how to use that energy, take some time to have just like sober time, slow down, and get in touch with your guides as soon as possible. That just means being still for a little while and knowing that you're going to be okay no matter what. Don't feel like you have to make anybody happy. You don't have to be constantly doing something in order to be useful, right? Sometimes the best purpose that we have is just to nurture what we already have. Listen for that calling. Take that time if you haven't already received your instructions to go forward in alignment with your life's purpose. So according to Cafe Astrology, that's where I get a lot of my astrology information. I'm not a trained astrologist. I'm just bringing in information that's already been presented and mixing it up with my own intuitive guidance and throwing in some tarot, okay? So just want to get that out there. According to Cafe Astrology, the cycle of Scorpio is teamed up with Venus in Capricorn, which brings us a lot of self-discipline and practicality, and everything's like planned out. You're actually making steps. You're creating these steps ahead of time, so you know exactly what you're going to be doing going forward, and that's makes you feel like this can actually happen. These exciting plans that you've thought up going forward, you're like, wow, this could actually work out. But let's see, I am going to talk a little bit about how that works out with the lunar phases. But first, it's just like, what do you really want? And so you know that I like to talk about love and abundance and soul purpose. So what are your inspirations right now? It could be all of the above. It could be in one particular domain that you're interested in. But here's some questions to ask yourself going forward in each of these arenas as you're creating your plan and starting to implement it this week. Abundance and money. Okay. You're formulating a concrete, tangible plan for increasing your income and or improving your health and well-being, right? Health and abundance. Health is wealth. Abundance leads to physical and emotional health, right? Those things are interconnected. You must have abundance in order to be healthy. And it doesn't take much abundance in order to be healthy, but you do need to have the fundamentals in place in a stress-free way. Okay, so you're creating a concrete plan. You're like, okay, this is what I want to do, and this is how I'm going to do it. This could mean applying for a job that gives you a little bit more stability. This could mean starting a side gig, starting like making plans and creating that side gig. It can be as simple as just going over to the Department of Revenue and getting your business license started so that you can start working on creating that small business on the side. And regarding your health and well-being, it could be you've made the decision to start eating healthier, you've gotten rid of the junk out of your refrigerator, you've decided that you're not going to go out to eat anymore, you've decided that these are the days and times that you're going to be working out at regular increments. And I'm not a proponent of overworking your body or restrictive diets. I'm all about health and vitality and well-being, just being like whole foods and just moving your body, even if it's just going out for a walk or doing jumping jacks in your living room, whatever it takes to get yourself moving so you can feel vibrant, right? But it's about making these concrete plans about how you're going to go forward, how you're going to be consistent in doing those things. That's what's happening this week. And then for love and connections, love and connection with others, I'm talking about romantic love, and I'm talking about friendships and family members and stuff like that. This is all about the other, right? You're deciding to invest more for your part of the 100%, because we know that it takes 100% efforts to make a connection, right? So you're doing your part of the 100%. What can you do? You're just making the decision. How am I going to show the people that I love, these relationships that I want to keep, that I really, really care? Or if you want to expand your horizons and get into dating more, you're deciding what you can do to attract awesome new connections. So it's all about uplifting the connections you already have and attracting new ones. Most of it comes from in here, right? From just really enjoying the relationship that you have with yourself. What concrete things can you do to love yourself and show the people that you love? So you're making a plan about how you're going to be showing people that, demonstrating your care for the people around you. Now, something I forgot to mention when it came to abundance. So these like little side things that I forgot to mention. When it comes to abundance and money, don't forget the gratitude. As you're making a plan for what you want to go forward, don't forget the gratitude for what you already have. If you're watching me on your smartphone right now, if you can read the words that are in the description box below this, that means you are already in the top wealth category worldwide. So remember the gratitude for what you already have, because that's going to attract more. Don't forget that. And remember, in your love connections, in the relationships that you're trying to uplift, to have that compassion and forgiveness for the people in your life. You can forgive and have compassion for people that are not healthy for you to be around, and that's going to make you feel better. Okay? As long as you have compassion, like, I love they're not perfect, neither am I. Let's just all be cool with each other, okay? At the very least, even if you're not talking to them anymore, let's all just be cool with each other. You're making a plan for that, okay? Soul purpose, finally. Soul purpose, you're taking action on what lights you up, and it could be in either of those other categories, with your connections or with your abundance. Or it could be a separate thing altogether, just this side thing that you do to not only make yourself feel better, but also do for others. So this could be sharing your talents with other people. This can be I make a goal that I'm going to walk through downtown and I'm going to smile and say, how you doing, to everyone that I pass, all right? I'm going to offer a gift to someone that might be in need of that thing. This could be making a donation to a charitable organization. So you're making a plan. I'm going to do this week. I'm going to take action on something that makes me feel really good, that's also helping other people. These are the things. We're taking action in something this week, or all of it. It doesn't matter. We're making a decision and we're taking action, even on the smallest level, whatever you can give, right? Okay, so while we feel driven to take action this week, because we are in the heading up to the first quarter moon, remember that complications or obstacles might arise. That's something that normally happens in the lunar cycles, because sometimes we don't know when we make a plan, there's details that are going to come up that we aren't aware of that are going to happen, right? So we're like, okay, these are the things we need to be mindful of. We'll find out as we go, and we'll deal with it as we go. And there could be also, you're implementing changes in your life that the other people in your life don't understand and are uncomfortable with. A lot of people don't like changes. They're going along in their little stream, and you're making changes in your life, and it may conflict with what they're doing in theirs. Remember the compassion when you're dealing with these obstacles, whether that be compassion with yourself because you didn't know that these complications were going to come up, or compassion with others because they're not ready for the changes that you need to make. But the point is, if you have been guided to make changes in your life, to start implementing new things happening in your life, you must stay the course. You must keep working on it, but give emotional space to there being some kind of obstacle in coming up this week. Just let it go, move over it, move around it, move under it, whatever it takes. Just do it with love. Okay, so now I'm just going to digress to what's going on in my life. Like I said, I went on this vacation, went traveling away from home, away from all of my responsibilities for a while, so I could think about what I wanted to let go of and what I wanted to keep working on going forward. And as you've seen, anyone who's followed me for a decent amount of time has seen my content is constantly changing as I continue to balance the messages that I need to get out there, that I feel driven, guided to get out there, and what my followers actually want to know. I try to balance that all out so that I can stay relevant. So as you know, my main subjects that I always want to focus on is love and connection, abundance, and soul purpose, however it gets done. In the past, I've leaned much more towards situational tarot reading, but I want to move away from that going forward, so you won't see really much of that anymore, where I'm like, oh, this is what this person is doing to you and you need to watch out for that, like, you know, they might be cheating or something like that. I don't want to focus on that anymore. Instead, I want to focus a lot more on personal responsibility in your environment and making sure and keeping your vibration high, so that it's less likely for you to attract that kind of situation in the future, and also so it's easier for you to get away from it if you do come to it. So, and you know, right? Let's take responsibility for what we are aware of what's going on instead of blaming other people, right? So I want to instead focus on astrological aspects that are pertinent as time goes on, and throwing in some tarot for some additional guidance in these timely increments, monthly, probably mid-monthly, definitely yearly. I'm going to be continuing to do that on YouTube as well as Instagram. If you're watching this, I'm posting this video on both Instagram and on YouTube, so make sure and subscribe on YouTube if you're watching this on Instagram, and make sure and follow me on Instagram if you're watching this on YouTube. You'll find in my profile, and you'll find in the description box below this YouTube video, you'll find the connections for all of that. Blah. Okay, so I have been guided with this Scorpio season and the Capricorn influence. It's telling me, okay, so it's time for you to go ahead and start making plans for creating educational material to put out into the world about keeping your vibration high to attract love, abundance, and purpose in the world. So this is going to come out in the form of little like sound bites, memes, little videos. It's going to come out in when I'm doing the tarot reading, the astrology tarot readings, and I would like to eventually work on some courses and some workbooks, written materials going forward. So watch for that going forward, but that's going to be my focus. Okay. So I think that's about that. This video has been going on for a nice long time, and I think I'm going to go ahead and see what our closing messages are from my Art Nouveau Tarot. Give it a little shuffle real quick, and we'll see what comes out. Thank you for your patience while I do this. Oh, I love you all, and I'm so glad to be back. It's been 2 long weeks since I've posted anything decent, and I made sure and did it thoroughly this time. Wow. 3 of Pentacles is all about, it's a lot about collaboration. It's very much about work. And like I was saying, this is about making the decision and putting in the work in the creative project. Now, you don't have to feel, sometimes you might feel like overwhelmed, like you have to build the cathedral all by yourself. But the truth is that you don't. You only have your small part to play in the making of the new world that we're creating, this new abundant, high vibe world that we're creating. You have your part to play. You could be the artisan, you could be the funder, you could be, you know, the investor, or you could be the manager. You can be in any of these roles. Whatever role you choose to take in your soul purpose, in your connections, in the way that you create your livelihood, that is significant, and it can be a very small thing. Well, some people think that just being a parent, a stay-at-home parent, is a small thing. It is not. It is massive in the foundation of the home to be a stay-at-home person, taking care of children and building up these personalities going forward. You might think that working at some manual labor job is a small thing, but no, you're maintaining other people's livelihoods, other people's lives. Working in a grocery store, you're making sure that people get their groceries and you're putting a smile on their face every time they come by you. Whatever it is that you do, big or small in your mind, right? It is significant. It is your calling at this time in your life. Okay, so I love you so much. I'm going to be posting again a lot sooner. I'm not going to wait a whole week. I'm going to post a lot sooner, and it's going to be even bigger. I'm just so excited going forward. And I will see you soon. Bye.